Welcome to Everyday English Practice channel. In this video, where we will focus on helping you improve your English pronunciation. Whether you are just beginning to learn English or you are already an advanced speaker, this guide will provide you with simple, practical tips that will help you speak more clearly and confidently. Learning to pronounce English correctly is an important part of becoming fluent, and it takes practice. In this video, we will cover a variety of topics to help you improve your pronunciation skills step by step. We'll focus on the most common sounds that often confuse non-native speakers, as well as techniques to sound more natural when speaking English. The importance of pronunciation. First, let's talk about why pronunciation is so important. Having good pronunciation helps you communicate more effectively. If you pronounce words correctly, people will understand you more easily, and you will feel more confident speaking in English. On the other hand, if your pronunciation is unclear, it can make communication difficult and even frustrating. But don't worry, improving your pronunciation takes time, and you don't need to be perfect. With consistent practice, your pronunciation will improve significantly. In this video, we will focus on some key sounds and principles of English pronunciation that can make a big difference in how clearly and confidently you speak. You will learn how to pronounce specific sounds, how to improve your overall speaking flow, and how to practice regularly to make these tips a natural part of your speech. Understanding the th sound. The first sound we will focus on is one of the trickiest for non-native speakers, the th sound. This sound is found in many common English words, and it's different from sounds in many other languages. There are two main types of th sounds in English: the voiceless th, as in think, and the voiced th, as in this. To make the voiceless th sound, like in the word think, place your tongue gently between your teeth. It should not be too hard or too soft, just a gentle touch. The sound should be a breathy sound, almost like blowing air. Try saying it with me: think, thanks, both. Now, let's move on to the voiced th sound. For words like this, that, and there, the sound is made in the same way, but with a slight vibration in your throat, as if you're making a sound with your voice rather than just air. Try saying this, there, those. Feel the difference. Both of these sounds take some practice, but once you get the hang of it, they will become easier. The r sound in English. Now, let's talk about another important sound, the r sound. Many learners find the English r difficult because it is pronounced very differently from other languages. Unlike in some languages, the English r is not rolled or trilled, but is more relaxed. To make the English r sound, curl the tip of your tongue slightly upwards towards the roof of your mouth without actually touching it. Try saying words like red, right, really, river. You will notice that the tongue doesn't touch the roof of your mouth, and the sound is created by the air flowing over the tongue. It's also important to remember that English r sounds are generally more emphasized at the beginning of words. Practice these words slowly, and make sure your tongue is positioned correctly. Vowel sounds. Short and long vowels. Next, we will cover vowel sounds. English vowels can be tricky because they change in different contexts. There are short vowels, long vowels, and diphthongs, which are combinations of vowel sounds. Let's start with the short vowels. The short I sound is found in words like sit, bit, and hit. The sound is made with the tongue slightly raised, but not too high in the mouth. Your mouth should stay relaxed. Try saying these words slowly. Sit, bit, hit. Pay attention to how the sound is short and quick. Now compare this with the long I sound found in words like seat, beat, and meet. The long I sound is produced by stretching the mouth more, and it is held a bit longer. Try saying these words slowly. Seat, beat, meet. You should notice that the long I sound is held longer than the short I. Now, let's move on to the long E sound. This sound is found in words like see, be, and tree. For the long E, the tongue should be positioned high in the mouth, and the sound should be stretched. Repeat these words. See, be, tree. You should feel the vowel sound is long and stretched. Practice saying these words until you feel comfortable. The short A sound is another important one to practice. You can hear it in words like cat, bat, and hat. To make this sound, open your mouth slightly wider and drop your jaw just a little. Try saying these words slowly. Cat, bat, hat. You'll notice how the mouth stays open wider and the sound is short. Silent letters and their effect on pronunciation. English is full of silent letters. These are letters that appear in the spelling of a word but are not pronounced. Some of the most common silent letters are K, B, W, and H. For example, in the word knife, the K is silent, and in the word doubt, the B is silent. Let's practice some words with silent letters. Knife, silent, K. Doubt, silent, B. Wrist, silent, W. Island, silent, S. Practice saying these words without pronouncing the silent letter. It may feel strange at first, but with practice, it will become natural to leave out those silent sounds. Stress and intonation in English. In English, stress is very important for proper pronunciation. Some syllables in words are stressed more than others. When you stress a syllable, it means you pronounce it more strongly or with more emphasis. This can change the meaning of a word. For example, the word record can be a noun or a verb, depending on where the stress falls. When it's a noun, the stress is on the first syllable, record. When it's a verb, the stress is on the second syllable, record. Try saying both versions of this word and pay attention to the stress. It's also important to understand intonation. Intonation refers to the rise and fall of your voice as you speak. For example, when asking a question in English, your voice often rises at the end. Listen to this example. Are you coming? Notice how the pitch of your voice rises at the end. Now listen to a statement. I am coming. Notice how the pitch of your voice falls at the end. These patterns help listeners understand if you are asking a question or making a statement. Practice these rising and falling intonations with different sentences. Linking sounds together in spoken English. In natural spoken English, we link sounds together. This is when you connect the end of one word to the beginning of the next word. For example, instead of saying, I am going to, native speakers often say, I'm gonna. This is an example of linking sounds together. Other examples include, what do you want? Becomes, what do you want? Give me, becomes, gimme. I don't know, becomes, I dunno. Linking sounds makes your speech sound more natural and fluid. Try practicing these linked phrases until they feel comfortable. Over time, you'll notice that your speech starts to flow better and sound more like a native speaker. Practice makes perfect. Finally, remember that practice makes perfect. To improve your pronunciation, it's important to practice regularly. Even just a few minutes of practice each day can make a big difference. Here are some tips to help you practice effectively. Record yourself speaking and listen to it. This will help you hear where you might need to improve. Listen to native speakers as much as possible. Watch TV shows, movies, or listen to podcasts. Try to mimic their pronunciation and intonation. Speak out loud every day. Even if it's just reading a book or repeating phrases you hear, speaking out loud will help you feel more comfortable with English pronunciation. Conclusion. Keep practicing and stay consistent. Improving your pronunciation takes time, but with dedication and regular practice, you will see progress. Don't be discouraged if it takes a while. Pronunciation is a skill, and just like any skill, it gets better with practice. Keep listening, keep speaking, and keep practicing. Your English pronunciation will improve, and you'll become more confident in your speaking ability. Remember, you don't need to be perfect. The goal is to communicate clearly and effectively. So keep practicing, stay motivated, and soon you'll be speaking English with greater confidence and fluency.
Subscribe.